Hello everyone, welcome back to one of my videos. I'm Antonio, Florence tour guide. I'm also a sommelier. My other videos that you can find in the channel were about history and traditions of the city of Florence. Today's video is going to be about Italian wine. With the help of these three bottles right in front of me, we'll get to know the basic of Italian wine and how to read the labels. That is going to be quite helpful to know better what you're buying when you go in your local wine store or when you will be traveling here in Italy. This is the view that you can see from my parents' house in Greve in Chianti, a lovely area in the heart of Tuscany. As you can see, the leaves are still quite small and tiny, and of course there's no grapes yet. Since I'm recording in the month of April, you'll start to see the grapes just in summertime. First of all, it's better to know the Italian geography. As you can see from the map, Italy is divided into 20 regions. Some of them are considered to be south, some of them are considered to be center, some of them are considered to be north. In each region of the country, you can find some local varieties of grapes that you often don't find in any other region. This is the pyramid of the Italian wines. As you can see, they're divided into three grades. The top grade is DOCG, controlled and guaranteed designation of origin. Number 2 is the DOC, controlled designation of origin. Number 3 is the IGT, typical geographical indication. DOCG wines are the top grade since they're the most regulated Italian wines. The producers have to test their wine every year and have many rules to follow. The DOCGs are truly the expression of certain areas. For example, I have for you a bottle of Chianti Classico, which is the main wine of my area in the heart of Tuscany. This is the DOCG denomination, that's where you find it. And in the back, you find the Black Rooster, the symbol of the Chianti Classico that you always have to find somewhere on the label. Number 2, DOC wines. Here I have for you a bottle of Vinsanto, which is the main sweet wine that we produce here in Tuscany, and that's where you find the DOC denomination on the label right here in the back. DOC are still wines of quite high quality, but with less controls than the DOCG that we mentioned just before. Third grade IGT wines. IGT wines are wines where the producer doesn't have to follow any rule. They're free to do what they like. For example, I have a bottle here of Petit Verdot, 100% Petit Verdot from Lazio, the region of Rome, and as you can see, is labeled as IGT right here in this part of the bottle. Now, often IGTs are wines of a little lower quality compared to the two others, the DOCG and the DOC, but not always. To give you an example, here in Tuscany, you probably have heard about the word Super Tuscan wines. What are the Super Tuscany wines? Well, those are wines produced by the most important and high quality wineries located in Tuscany. If they want to do something new, if they want to do a new wine, not following any rule, they might label it as IGT, and it might be their top wine that they produce, and they have to label it as IGTs. Three more words that you might find on the Italian labels, and they're quite important to be understood, are Classico, Superiore, Riserva. Classico means classical, and if you find it, it means that that's the original historical area where that kind of wine was produced. Superiore, superior, means that the alcohol content is normally 0.5 or 1% higher than the regular wine produced in that area. Number 3, Riserva just means aged longer. If you liked the video, please subscribe the channel. I hope that this was useful to understand a little bit more about the Italian wines and the labels. Keep following me on the socials, and if you plan a trip to Florence and Tuscany, don't hesitate to contact me for a tour. For this video, it's all. Thank you. Bye.